So, on to our next matchup. Number 2 seed Boston Bruins fighting the number 7 seed Washington Capitals.
Well, Boston's Boston. They won the Stanley Cup last year.
Absolutely.
They're pretty much intact. I don't think they lost too much.
Michael Ryder.
Oh,
yeah.
35 goals.
35 goal scorer Michael
Dallas.
Ryder. Save that for a rainy day. I'll rant about that too.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and it's hard to see people beating them, at least in the first round. Yeah, because they have Chara. Tyler Sagan's an up and comer. He had 29 goals this year, I think. Lucic is huge. I mean, he scares me. He should scare you too. They just have tons of scoring. They have good defense. Tim Thomas, one of the best goalies in the NHL right now. I mean, he has floundered at times.
Is he 40 yet? He's almost there.
No.
He's pushing it.
I'm gonna say he's 38.
He's pushing it, but he's been playing well.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I mean, go ahead.
And then there's Washington, who's going to be their goalie's first round.
Yeah.
Does anybody know? I have no idea.
What
I would say Vokoun.
They sat Vokoun at one point.
I like how Neuvert's playing.
Neuver, and then they have Holtby to throw in there.
Yeah. Wait. Someone's injured, and from what I heard, that Holtby might be starting this series.
Unbelievable.
Really? I thought I heard that Holtby was actually hurt.
No, I don't know.
I thought it was Neuver that was hurt.
Was he hurt?
I thought Vokoun was.
Vokoun was hurt.
Nobody knows.
Goalie carousel.
Exactly.
Who's starting in Washington?
Exactly. That's the thing. And Ovechkin hasn't been Ovechkin.
No. And he had 30 goals this season. Sweet. So did.
That's not bad for an average player.
Yeah, but I just don't like when everyone talks him up so much. Like he's the greatest thing that's ever lived.
They can't do that.
I'm
anymore.
sorry. That debate has to kind of be over now.
That debate's now between two Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah.
Radim Verbrata had 30-some goals. So if you want to, say he's the best player too, go ahead. But if you don't mind,
go ahead.
I just. Washington always seems to squeak in there at the end, or everyone just gives them all this credit. Oh, they made it into the 7th or 8th spot. They're going to win the Stanley Cup. I don't see it happening. The problem with them is that every year I feel like they have a different team. They lose a bunch of guys, bring in a bunch of guys. Who Joel Ward, Dennis Weidman. Is that who they brought in?
Yeah.
Okay, well
they've had him at one point at least.
Yeah, and they brought him in, and they have all these young guys like Johansson and Beagle, and that's not going to help you get back. And I know Backstrom came back, but, I mean, it's going to be a great series. Boston, the thing, you don't hear anything about them because, they won the championship, so they're always going to be up there, up the upper echelon of teams. They don't have a star player. They have a good core. I mean, Chara, you can say, is the face of Boston right now. But they have 6 20-goal scorers.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
I saw that, and I have it up in front of me right now, and it's crazy to see because you look for, the Penguins have a 50-goal scorer, a 40-goal scorer, and then a bunch of other 20s. And, that's where their power comes from. I mean, everyone can say Evgeny Malkin, but, when you look at Boston, who are you going to say? There's so much there. You got Marchand, you got Sagan, you got Lucic. He has 26 goals, and he's a grinder, but he can score. And then you got Krejci and Bergeron, who you're always worried about, and then Chris Kelly.
Bergeron's a Selke candidate as well.
Yeah, and if Horton wasn't out, I mean, I would have more confidence in Boston, but I think Boston gets this done in 6 games.
I found our goaltending debacle answer.
Okay.
Vokoun's out indefinitely, and Neuvirth suffered a lower body injury, and so he's definitely out for Game 1. So it's in the hands of Holtby at least for Game 1.
I don't know anything about him.
No.
I know not. He won 2 consecutive. Oh no, that was Neuvirth that won the Calder
I knew he was
Cup.
a Hershey Bear, but that's about it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
See, and then when you put up all that talent against him.
Between Holtby and who will be their backup, Saborin, they have 2 games of
Danny Sabourin.
Yeah.
Danny Sabourin's okay.
They have 2 games worth of Stanley Cup playoff
We can stop
experience.
right now. I'm just going to say Boston in 6. And for many reasons, Vokoun, everyone thought, they're going to be the best team now. They picked him up. Average season. Neuvirth, they always do this. They always have a backup goalie who ends up to play better than their starter.
Yeah.
And that was the year when they lost to Jose Theodore and Varlamov came in, and then he was the best. And then Neuvert came in. They kicked out Varlamov. Then they bring in Vokoun.
So
It's a carousel
wait,
over
Holtby's
there.
gonna make a splash
And
and
now
take him to the
Holtby's
Stanley
starting.
Cup.
And
That's
Danny
what's gonna
Sabrin.
happen.
If I see Danny Sabrin get on the ice, I'm turning the game off.
I agree with that statement.
So, but yeah, Boston in 6.
I have the same exact thing. Boston in 6. They just Washington Stars will come out for a game or two, obviously, to get their wins.
That's a good point.
All right.
Holtby might get a few game experience, but
It's not really hockey related, I suppose. But you guys remember how Tim Thomas didn't go to the White House? and
Yeah.
stuff? I feel like Washington's crowd is going to destroy him for that.
Yeah.
And it might get into his head. You never know.
yeah,
Because-
but Boston has home ice. They'll be there more. So
Well,
Yeah.
they need to go there eventually.
yeah.
I don't. After Backstrom, Semin, and Ovechkin, what is there? And
What?
they're not even playing that great. Backstrom just came back.
He just came
Yeah.
back.
Semin is not as good as he used to be. I
No.
don't think he was
So-
great when he started off, and he fell down a little bit. And I feel like that core is going to break up soon. But anyway, and especially with Braden Holtby in, who? Exactly, Braden Holtby. So
never
I know
know.
if
He might sneak up.
I did see his name come up there before, so I'm not saying anything that he's just turned this series away like it's automatically over, because you've seen it before where I'm sure he's a rookie, isn't he? He has to be because I've never heard of him before.
He might be second year. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was it? Cam Ward was a rookie of the year that the Canes won the Stanley Cup. Then again, they had Recchi and Brenda Moore, and they were
Ray Whitney.
Ray Whitney. They were loaded.
Indeed.
So, but yeah, I like Boston.
I'm probably gonna have to go Boston too, but I'll give Washington some credit. I'll give them 7.
Yeah, it's gonna be 6. It's gonna be a rough time for Washington. They've not been any form of consistent all season.
True.
I'd like to see Alexander Ovechkin lose the last game of the series in his own place.
Oh,
Game
yes.
6.
Absolutely. That's why Game 6.
Just a little personal thing, but it's gonna be a good series.
On a personal note.
It'll be a good series. I just can't imagine Washington pulling that one out. So on to our 3rd seed Florida Panthers versus 6th seed New Jersey Devils.
You want-
Anyone giving
Florida-
Florida some credit?
I'd give Florida a lot of credit,
Yes.
honestly. The emergence of Dmitry Kulikov, James's favorite player.
Yes.
Is it just because you like to say his name?
No. I have his jersey.
He
Do you-
does have
oh.
It's pretty sick, actually.
I knew you had a Florida jersey, but
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, it's a
No,
cool. It's
who?
the one person no one would ever know.
Yeah. The emergence of Christopher Stieg, he didn't do
Oh, yeah.
anything with
Stephen
the
Weiss.
Flyers.
Gotta
but
give
Stephen
Stephen
Weiss,
Weiss.
that's
Stephen
for
Wa- Well, it's just that line, Fleischman, too.
Fleischman, Weiss, and Versteeg. Even though they cooled off a bunch, that's why I was scared that Washington was going to grab that 3rd seed. They got it done. It's tough. I say this all the time. Florida, their players they all play the same way of hockey, and they get by with that. They're not they have no standouts, but they have good hockey players, and they have a good core right now that can get it done. But when you have Jose Theodore and Scott Clemenson in net, I don't see them getting by. I have the Devils in 5,
me too.
and that's because New Jersey is a powerhouse, and the Atlantic Conference has a lot of good players and a lot of good
Tons.
teams. And New Jersey has that experience of being in the playoff and the most experienced goalie in the NHL right now.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Probably ever.
Yeah.
and when you look at the players on the Devils team, you have Kovalchuk, Parise, Clarkson, who was out of nowhere this year.
Did he get 30?
I believe he did, yeah.
Okay.
I have them. I mean, I could even say that Adam Henrique is better than maybe Christopher Stieg or Stephen Weiss, season-wise. But, I think Florida has won. No, they're 2-2 the series of the season. So another matchup, it's equal and panned out. But I just think that the Devils are too much power.
I think it's really cool because, at the beginning of the season, nobody expected Florida to be as good as they are. Like, Florida was just buying players because they needed to reach the salary cap floor.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that they get kind of like underachieving players. They bring them into their system. And now they're the 3rd seed in the playoffs. I think that's awesome. Honestly.
Definitely props to Florida.
Yeah.
First Southeast Division in franchise history. Congrats to them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. That leaves the list to one team who has yet to make the playoffs since the lockout. You don't.
Oh, wait, no. We know this one.
Islanders.
No,
No,
Ed-
is it Edmonton?
no.
Edmonton.
It is the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh.
Oh, well, I
They're
didn't
the
even know
only
that.
ones to not make the playoffs since 2004.
Edmonton made it.
Oh, they had Chris Pronger, remember?
Who?
Edmonton.
That's
They
the,
made a
like,
couple.
they made
Oh,
it.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Wait, when did the Islanders go?
Yeah, I don't remember the Islanders going.
That's what I do. I'm fairly certain.
Maybe that year, if that's any, because I don't remember after that.
Something as an 8th seed,
You
I
know,
think it was.
Rick DiPietro had like one good season before
Garth Snow.
he turned glass.
Yeah. Well, that's another story. But Toronto, see you later. I don't see them.
Yeah,
making
how
it in.
depressing is that?
That's
Toronto?
bad. You know, they got turned
What
away.
pick did they get? Do you guys know? Did anybody watch that?
I can't.
No, but we can
They're
go.
top
We'll go
five.
over.
I can't wait to
yeah,
yell
okay.
about
We'll
that.
go
one.
over that.
Let's get this
'cause-
last series done.
Okay,
So yeah, wait. Did you? What does your pick?
Oh,
go ahead.
I was Devils in
5.
5. Yeah.
I'm Devils in 5 as well, actually.
Yep. I guess we're all unanimous on that one. It's just
I,
not.
I don't know. If Florida wins this, then good for them. And
Oh, absolutely. I'd
and-
love to play the Florida Panthers in the second
This-
round of the playoffs.
this is just like the other matchup, the 3-6 seed.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
what I
everyone
said.
has Chicago and the Devils. And yeah, you did mention it before, taking over the 3 seed team, but who knows? You know, and it's
Florida could really surprise me, and I'd
Well,
be okay with that.
we're gonna have to see. You know, if they can get both games in the the home opener, the first 2, then we'll see. But yeah, the Devils in 5.
I just think that Florida's not going to know what to do with the New Jersey Devil defense and goaltending.
Yeah. Hopefully Marty plays
Bad.
Cardi will play.
kind of like Marty
Yeah.
used to be. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the deciding factor in this series.